CLSTN is proud to present the WaveLinx CAT Programming Review for Networked, second quarter 2024. Within the module, we will quickly review the CAT devices. We will then go into the theory of networking the CAT devices to an Area HUB and WAC, how to do that, what a startup would look like, and some things to consider. Cooper Lighting Control's WaveLinx CAT lighting system uses Cat5 networking between control devices for reliable and secure power and communication. By providing the most commonly requested functionality out of box, WaveLinx CAT will work immediately when wired appropriately, but can be customized to accommodate most any discerning lighting palette, controls operation, or occupancy request. Because WaveLinx CAT is a pillar in the overall WaveLinx PRO system, with the addition of minimal hub equipment, WaveLinx CAT can go from distributed mode, standalone, to networked, Pro or Core, if the need arises. This training will focus on bringing the WaveLinx CAT devices into the WaveLinx PRO platform using the Area HUB and WAC. We'll call this networked. This training covers installation, out-of-box functionality, how to pull the CAT devices into the WAC. Overall, this training will cover how to set yourself up for success for commissioning a networked WaveLinx CAT system. Expectations prior to programming. Each area should be considered its own network with a distinct end and beginning of the Cat5 series, one being the terminator, the other being the Area HUB. The Area HUB will act as the terminator with or without PoE. Make sure that every device has something in its two RJ45 ports. Every normal powered RSP device will produce PoE for the CAT network. Make sure all your cables have been tested and verified. Make sure that all Cat5 RJ45 jacks have been landed on all CAT devices. Make sure the wall stations are showing a good response of the networked RSPs that should be in the area network, no more or no less. Your occupancy sensor LEDs will light up when they see motion and also affect the networked area. Make sure you've downloaded the appropriate WaveLinx Pro mobile app or you have the appropriate familiar network credentials to access the WAC via the web page. Also, make sure you understand how the system is planned to be networked with IP addresses and network settings. The equipment we may encounter for a CAT network device includes a BPI, the Bluetooth Programming Interface. This is not needed for network programming, but it is included for overview. Normal powered relay switch packs, emergency powered switch packs, occupancy ceiling sensors, wall stations, contact closure input modules, CAT sensor interface modules, the CAT terminator plug, the CAT Area HUB, and the WAC Gen 2. When used in a networked configuration, WaveLinx CAT systems will be connected to an Area HUB to allow the configuration and control from a WaveLinx Area Controller and the WaveLinx mobile app. The Area HUB communicates to the WaveLinx Area Controller over Ethernet. The BPI is not needed for network programming, but can allow for some customization for single area programming. The relay switch pack and emergency switch pack are used to switch loads on and off, as well as offers continuous 0 to 10 volt dimming. The occupancy ceiling sensor offers a passive infrared and photocell sensor in one device. Wall stations come in a variety of configurations. The contact closure input module will allow for 4 customized dry contacts. The sensor interface module allows addressability to a variety of green gate dual tech sensors. The CAT terminator plug ensures that the network communications remains free from interference and damage. It is absolutely critical that one RJ45 terminator is at one end and the other end is in the Area HUB. The CAT Area HUB is PoE powered IP to CAT bridge connecting CAT devices to the WaveLinx Area Controller. It has 8 ports in addition to its PoE. And our Gen 2 WAC is the main component of the WaveLinx connected lighting system and coordinates the various WaveLinx Pro devices to create seamless communication. And some sites may have WaveLinx Core, which transforms the WaveLinx Pro wireless connected lighting system into an open IoT infrastructure, allowing facilities to harness the data collected from integrated sensors for countless operational improvements. So how will the devices act when they're powered up? Upon power up, the relay switch pack will be on. The emergency switch pack will be uncontrollable until it hears an NPS signal, so please keep that in mind. The ceiling sensor's LED will flash when it senses motion and also control the aux set in the area. The contact closure input module needs to be programmed once it's imported into the WAC, but currently, if it does have something out of box, the two dry contact closures will be alarm and demand response. The CAT sensor interface module will join the default occupancy set, and the wall station buttons will act within the network. Now that we've been properly introduced to the devices, let's talk about the theory about what we're about to do. The WaveLinx CAT communicates within the wired cable network. The addition of the Area Hub to one end of the network will allow the translation of the CAT system language to the PRO system language and communicate via the WAC. The Area Hub is a physical device that needs an IP address but does not have any programmable function. The WAC will handshake the Area Hub and then scan each of the Area Hub ports for devices. Upon completion of the handshake, the devices will populate within a specified area in the WAC on a per-port basis, meaning each port will come in as a single area. The handshake can be initiated by the WAC or the WAC via core, depending on if the WAC had been previously centralized or not. Once the CAT devices have been imported into the WAC, the devices will now mimic the PRO device's ability to move into new areas, custom programming, and all of the PRO device abilities, including centralization. When an Area Hub and WAC are present on site, a BPI is not necessary and all programming is recommended to take place on the PRO webpage or core. If a BPI is used prior to discovery from the WAC, the BPI programming will now be the default programming if the WAC loses communication to the Area Hub. The custom labeling using the BPI does not import, and your custom names and zones will need to be renamed. So again, it is recommended to program via the PRO webpage or core once imported. How are we going to achieve this? Well, we need a laptop with Wi-Fi, Ethernet port, web browser, and a Cat5 cable. We're going to make sure that all the CAT devices have been properly connected, powered up. The network has been properly terminated on one end with the other plugged into the Area Hub. Only the appropriate specific CAT devices are responding to the commands via the buttons. The Area Hub and WAC have power, and the Area Hub and WAC are physically connected to the same IT network. We're going to start by connecting with the WAC. Make sure that your laptop Wi-Fi is connected to the WAC's access point. Note any change of password necessary, and then wait for it to reboot. Upon reboot, log into the web page using your new password. Set the WaveLinx area controller clock. Set latitude and longitude. Deselect NTP and do set the time and time zone. Failure to set the time, date, location will be an issue. And I'm going to say this again. Failure to set the time, date, and location will be an issue. You will now set the WaveLinx area controller IP address. Set it to your mapped IP address, net mask, and gateway. The WaveLinx area controller is set to DHCP by default. So if you have a DHC server, the IP configuration step is not necessary unless you need it to be a static IP address. Now plug your laptop into the Area Hub network. Access your network adapter settings and make sure your IP address of your laptop Ethernet port matches that of the WAC and the Area Hub. The Area Hub is automatically set to DHCP configuration, so if you have a DHCP server set up, this step will not be necessary. It will automatically obtain an IP address if it has not seen the DHCP server within 3 minutes. The default IP address for the initial units will be 192.168.100.100. In the future, it will be randomized based upon the last digits of the MAC address. With either IP method, the status LED on the Area Hub will turn solid green, indicating an IP address has been set. It is recommended to power on one Area Hub at a time when there are multiple Area Hubs on the network to avoid IP conflict issues. Now log into the Area Hub using either the default IP address or the DHCP address. The Area Hub name will be identified by the last 4 digits of the Area Hub's MAC address. Once you've entered the desired IP address, net mask, and gateway into the Area Hub, it will reboot automatically, saving your settings. So what does this mean? At this point, the WaveLinx area controller, your laptop, and the WaveLinx CAT Area Hub should all be on the same network. If we have a core, your core should also be on the same network. Make sure that you can ping your Area Hub and WAC before going on the next step. Log into the WAC or the core. Go to the device page or the managing WAC page, and then go to the device page. you will see Discover Devices. Discover the Area Hub. Once you click Discover, all area hubs that have not been claimed by a WAC will be displayed. Click on the area hub you'd like to import. If you have any confusion, you can use the identification button. Once the import is a success, you will see the ports and device counts listed on the right. You can identify each port and which area it's associated with for the next page for when you label your areas. At this point, you can choose to change your area names, or you can keep them with the designation with the MAC address areas 1 through 8 based upon the port number. Click Finish, and all areas will now be represented within the WAC web page. For the savvy pro user, you could import the WAC first and then discover the Area Hub from the centralized core. With core, don't forget to import from the WAC and then push any control changes you may make. The CAT devices will now be available within the WAC web page as areas or within the core web page as areas, ready for customization. To briefly describe a startup, assuming the system has been verified as out-of-box functional, I need to make sure the WAC, Area Hub, and core are on the same network. When doing this, I need to verify that the WAC has this time and date set. Discover the Area Hub from the WAC or the WAC via core. ID and label areas on the hub import. There's going to be up to 8 areas per Area Hub. Pair any wireless devices at this point, if applicable. Then within the web page or mobile app, label everything, create zones, program aux sets, daylighting sets, and scenes. Make sure you update firmware to utilize the latest features if needed, and make sure to enable any normal power signal for emergency powered switch packs using the appropriate normal phase if you need to abide. Make sure you sync WAC via core and back up your site when you are completed. So our best practices will include: do not attempt to do anything with the WAC or the Area Hub without verifying the space is functional. Test before you program. The space should act together if the wiring is good. The overall likelihood of any issues showing up to the operational functionality will be within the Cat5 wire, the cabling, or the RJ45 connector. Every single RJ45 port on each WaveLinx CAT device will have something connected. Each area should be its own isolated network with an Area Hub on one end and a terminator on the other. If you can, have eyes on the Area Hub during discovery so you can see the LED response handshake. Mark down the placement of the terminators for the as-builts. And a good reminder, to factory reset a CAT device is holding down greater than 5 seconds but less than 10. You will see the LED go from green to yellow and then release the button. Please do refer to our WaveLinx CAT Design Best Practices training, our WaveLinx CAT Standalone training, and our WaveLinx CAT Troubleshooting training. As a quick reminder, out-of-box mode as well as our LED diagnostics reference based upon our specification sheets, please do visit cooperlighting.com for further details including quick start guides as well as installation documentation.